Good afternoon, my little shit weasels. Excuse me while I can't open me fucking beer. Got a very interesting fucking video for you. A topic that nobody seems to be talking about. But real quick, if you haven't already, please have a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and fondle this dick. Let's get started. Cheers. Yeah, so here's something that no one's been talking about. And this is kind of giving a callback to my older days, or the OG times of the channel, as far as this type of content goes. And I'm gonna show what I'm talking about, do a little rant, and then we'll push forward. So everybody's been talking about the fails on APE, the failure to delivers, and the astonishing amounts, right? 43 million, 38 million, 25 million, sorry, and you see that linear regression. Just to make a point out of that too, fails are a rolling amount. They are not cumulative. So every day that you see these amounts, that if it is decreasing, that means they are closing those fails out. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're buying, and I'm about to get to that. They could be borrowing more shares and using that to roll those fails, which happens to be the fucking case. If we take a look at the securities lending volume here, which is in green, the fails are in yellow / orange, amber, whatever fucked up hue of piss that looks like. The securities lending was 130 million with a fail count of 43 million. The following day, a fail count of 38 million and securities lending of 100 million. And you actually see a relatively correlatory relationship between those two values. Why is this important? Well, it could be that we're seeing more rehypothecation, rolling of fails, you name it. And this got my brain doing the brain thing, the whole thinking thing. I'm wondering if this relationship that you see, where you have this massive amount of fails, and then a massive amount of securities lending, which, by the way, the securities lending metric is a two-way metric. It could be shares being borrowed. It could also be shares being returned, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of ambiguity there. But this got me thinking, I wonder if one, this has to do with the mishandling of distribution throughout brokerages, but two, could we be seeing, for the first time ever, which, by the way, let me say this, then I'll get to my rebuttal. This could be the first time ever that we're seeing an organic process of naked shorting to some extent. And if anything, this is ground zero of how a security is potentially, there's asterisks all over and everything that I've just said over the past 3 minutes and 13 seconds. But this could be the first organic view of what the process of nefariously short selling a company looks like. And why is that important? Why does that matter? Well, when you look at the origins of this whole entire reason that people like me and perhaps yourself and a lot of other retail retards are around is because of GameStop, and then shortly after AMC. And the conditions for where you started to see 146, I think, % short interest back in January on GameStop, when you started seeing those numbers pop up, the perspective of all of that was already contaminated, because if you reference Charlie's vids, great guy, by the way, love his shit, very smart dude, he has plenty of videos that these fails have been going on for almost decades. I mean, literally fucking decades, 20 years on GameStop since its IPO. And so when you have this now fresh instance of a particular security that has only been trading for less than a month already, and you see over 10% of its float already going missing within the first 2 days of it trading, that's pretty fucking crazy. But scientifically speaking, that's very important, because now we have a fresh perspective of what this whole entire life cycle of shorting and then rolling and then whatever else happens after that, how that happens. Where is the isolated instance of it? And this perhaps could be it. And so going back to my rebuttal I was going to fucking shit myself into about 60 seconds ago. Shout out to Adam Aaron. listen. I'm gonna make my face even fucking bigger to get this point across. Anytime you've heard me sound negative, down in the dumps, questioning, suspect, inquisitive over Adam Aaron or Ryan Cohen or any of these other fucking CEOs, it's not that I don't want a fucking short squeeze to happen. It's not that I don't want regular fucking average Joes fucking getting their break in this fucked up financial world. It's not that. It's not that. I want to be fucking wrong. I want to be wrong. So before people get butthurt saying, oh my god, he's shilling, he's this and that, shut your fucking retard mouth and listen. I want to be wrong when I say negative things about companies that could be fucking turning Wall Street on its fucking head. But when you have retards who are going about still regurgitating the same shit from almost 2 years ago, still not using terms like liquidity correctly, and still overusing words like dark pools, thinking that they can just use that word as a fucking scapegoat out of anything, where complicated questions come up where they actually have to answer things that are being asked instead of fucking fiddle fucking around the question with buzzwords to get out of hard questions. That's what frustrates me. So when I say I want to be wrong, please listen to me. I want to be fucking wrong. Just learn. Alright, so now that's out of the way. So nobody seems to be talking about this, and it's important because, again, you could have a fresh, uncontaminated instance of what shorting in a nefarious manner looks like. And albeit, yeah, the data's coming from Ortex. The data's coming from Ortex. Let's have this fucking angle again. Listen, Ortex is supplying from one of the most expensive data providers in the fucking world, okay? The reason why you see short interest at X% and short interest at Y% over here and whatever else is because there are tons of different fucking avenues you can pull data from and then charge $30 a month to people who want to know about short interest. You can literally pull from Standard & Poor's, you can pull from FINRA themselves, you can pull from the fucking SEC, anywhere. There are other data providers like S3 who people still attack for no fucking good goddamn reason because they think that they're misreporting, when ultimately the data that S3 has is a concoction of what Standard & Poor's is reporting and what other ever private data sets that they're buying, you fucking retards. So listen, you can get short interest data from just about anywhere. Ortex is the best in terms of people who aren't trust fund babies getting the data that they want to see. This is some of the best fucking data that you can get for 30 or 50 whatever dollars it is a month. So shut the fuck up. Okay. Sorry. Daddy needs a little bit more brew. If we take another look here, you can see the on loan also scaled with this, which is interesting to see. But if we then look at the average age of days on loan, it's already still skyrocketing. And then we can reference this metric that I came up with. I don't know if it's truly unique or original to my idea or not, but for lack of a better fucking expression, I'll say it's my idea. This little concept I came up with called loan density. So you take the on loan amount and then the total number of loans, whoever the fuck that is. Fuck me. Oops. On loan, and then number of loans. Where the fuck? God damn you, Ortex. Number of loans. Right. Oh, never mind. That's linear. Very interesting. Okay. Actually, what's even more interesting is this is nearly like 1-to-1, like batches. It's like 35 million on loan and then 368 loans. So that would be like 360,000 shares per loan, but it's 1-to-1 almost. That's an interesting relationship. I forget what the point was that I was going to make out of that. So yeah, the fails though. If you look at the securities lending volume, they're still being lent out. So the fails, I want to say, have just been spun around. They've been laundered. Who would have guessed? But it seems to be that the fails were laundered and recycled. So I want to see now, again, we have a fresh instance of the cycle. Again, we're gonna do a callback to the OG days of this fucking channel. the cycle, where some of you fucking retards started saying, oh, cycles are this, cycles are... Listen, the whole entire fucking market runs off of cycles. Even the parts that aren't corrupt. If some of you fucking retards, again, can even fathom that, where there are some pieces of the market that do business as it should, and as it has for almost 100 years. Every part of the market runs on cycles, corrupt or not. There are cycles in your life. There's a reason why you wake up at 9 a.m. every day, or you go to work every Monday through Friday, or your birthday happens to be on a particular day every year. It's a cycle, you fucking Neanderthal. Electricity, fucking Jesus Christ. All right, so going back to the OG days, this could be a fresh instance of the cycle. You have a bunch of fails, and then you have securities lending that takes place that could potentially, I mean, obviously, to me, looks like they're just laundering. And then let's see if we get upward price action. And if we do see upward price action, could we isolate this particular price pattern as an instance of the cycle? And then anytime we see something like this, and we see SI and securities lending mirroring the same behavior as this instance, fuck it, we might have the answer. I don't fucking know. But no one has been talking about this, so wanted to make that clear. Also, the options chain, nobody seems to want to bring up the fact that there were options on this however long ago. That doesn't make options inherently bad, by the way. I also see some other fucking retards who think that options are an inherently bad thing because they have, some game in the whole naked short thing, which they do, but doesn't mean they're bad, and they can make life-changing money for you if you learn them. So don't fucking sell yourself short, full pun intended, by not learning about them because you think that they somehow are a gear inside of the corruption engine. But there were options for this during the first few days or week of ape trading that, if anyone recalls Redbox, that was a thing. And when options were delisted on Redbox, they were still inside of brokerage accounts. So now I wonder if perhaps options were being used in this for those first handful of days to give a locate requirement for anyone familiar with Reg Show and that whole part of this. I wonder if there were a bunch of options that were bought, and then the underwriters were like, oops, my bad. And now the people who actually bought those calls have locates. Just an idea for anyone that also does digging, perhaps to consider. Yeah, so that's it. Market recap coming right after this. Yeah, like, sub, share, fondle. Fuck all of you. Stay black.